just in case they go.
Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be back with you. I'm IMANI.
I'm Jay Bernard.
And together we are Sankofa Institute for Wellness and Progressively Yours Health and Wellness Podcast. We have an amazing show for you this evening. And I've even taken some things off the plate that I wanted to share because I want to make sure that we have our guest, who's here from New Zealand, all the way from New Zealand, to share some amazing information with us. But before we get to Mr. Jeff G., we are going to let Bernard open us up in his regular fashion of spiritual balance and bliss and breathing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did I say let? I don't mean to let. I don't know.
I was ready to chime in, so I was,
Okay, go for it.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It is such a delight to be with you once again, and it is a part of our ritual and tradition for our show to begin with settling in to our bodies first. So feel free to participate if you like. No pressure, as Imani likes to say to me sometimes. No pressure, no pressure. Just an opportunity to settle down. And I'd like to invite you now, before I strike the ting shawls and offer some words from the true home of the everyday wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh. Would you just close your eyes for this 1 minute and begin to relax the muscles in your body by breathing in and out through your nose. And for this 1 minute, just let every thought go. Relax your muscles. Let your shoulders drop a centimeter. Now, thoughts will come in, but as the thoughts enter, focus on your breathing in and out, deep and full, as we are honored that the ancestors have granted us permission to proceed with learning and growing and healing, self-transformation, as we are light workers preparing to help others who wish to transform their lives in so many wonderful ways, especially what we shall learn tonight. So let us join in with preparation for this evening. Conditions are favorable. Conditions are favorable. I love this one. When we first learn about the teachings on awakening, we think these teachings are new to us. But we already have the seed of awakening within us. Our teacher and our friends on the path only provide the opportunity for us to touch that seed and to help it grow. There are many healthy and wholesome seeds already within our consciousness. With the help of a teacher and a community of practitioners, we can come back to ourselves and touch them. Having access to a teacher and a Sega are the favorable conditions that allow our seed of awakening to grow. The opportunity and the conditions are favorable. The seeds of awakening are already within us.
Mm-hmm.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Ooh, the seeds are already there.
Already.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Welcome.
And I'm going to make just a couple of announcements before I introduce our amazing, amazing guest. We're still, I know many of you are used to linking with us on Facebook, and Facebook has changed the rules. We were on a group, we changed to a page, and now they're saying, well, we can't add new pages to the link. So we're trying to work through all of that. YouTube is certainly an option. We have some people who are saying hi to us from YouTube and from LinkedIn. So apologies for any inconvenience in terms of linking with the show. We appreciate you all for being loyal followers and supporters. Thank you so much. Make sure that you connect with the YouTube channel. Subscribe, please. Push the little button so you get all of the notices and announcements. It's on Progressively Yours Health and AN 6600. There it is on the screen. And also, make sure you get listed on our trusted network. You can be seen by thousands of people. Go to meetsankofa.com, scroll down to the trusted networks and click on USA, Canada, or Global, whichever makes the most sense for you. And click on that you want to join the list and get your own virtual site. And we love that because it's real easy to make changes, and people are always updated with whatever changes you make on your digital card. And let's see, we've told you about the red light bed that's coming to the Precision Health and Wellness Center. Well, it is here. We have a crew setting it up for us tomorrow. So a lot of people have been asking us, when can I make an appointment to come and get in the red light bed, which is very soothing, very healing. And we look forward to sharing that with our Atlanta community. We have people in other states who are planning on coming,
Tennessee,
and visiting with us. So please make sure to contact us about the Precision Health and Wellness is on the screen. So do that. And I'm going to stop there so that we have time for our guest to share all of his amazing information. And just so you know, from where I sit as a health and wellness practitioner, person, expert, whatever field you want to put me in, people approach me with things all the time. And someone told me maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, Imani, you've got to get this technology. This is going to be the best thing in the world. And I said, okay, how do I get it? Without even questioning it or learning about it. And I actually had it in a box for about 3 months until this wonderful gentleman told me what to do with it. So we have all the way from New Zealand, Mr. Jeff. Oh, he told me how to say it. Ghaemaghamy, and his wife. So we call him Jeff G for that reason. And so Jeff and his wife have, I love this term, they've gone from a nillionaire to a millionaire story, and they love empowering individuals in their business journey to reach their full potential. Over a successful 20-year period, they have built a thriving health and wellness business that distributed several $100 million of products globally before semi-retiring just over 10 years ago. Recently, he came out of retirement and is beyond excited about his new brand partners in the U.S. It's a $1.2 billion investment in a project called the Project Helix, a groundbreaking app powered by DNA and microbiome assessments. It does biometric wearable. It has biometric wearable technology. It's connected with other devices. It does a mental and physical assessment. I mean, it is amazing. And I'm going to let Jeff tell us all about it so that I'm not tripping over my words here. But this app, let me just tell you this, it has the potential. It is so powerful. It has the potential to disrupt the multi-million-dollar health, wellness, and beauty industries, echoing how companies such as Amazon, Uber, Airbnb, Apple, and Tesla have disrupted their respective industries. Jeff, come on up and tell us about this amazing technology that's going to help so many people around the world. Hey, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, Imani. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys today, and I'm just loving the show. I'm feeling relaxed. My shoulders are down. I was breathing. I brought a little tear to my eye, a little emotion. I'm just so grateful you invited me to be here, and you guys are so cute together. The way you banter back and forth, I'm just loving this.
Thank you so very much. We really appreciate
it. It's like the love show.
It is.
It really is.
We're still newlyweds, so we still like each other, which is a good thing.
No, we like each other a lot. Yeah.
And congratulations to you. I hear it's 25 years and counting, and you just had your 15th official, wedding anniversary, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So my wife and I, she's I'm a very lucky man. I'm hitting above my station.
Wow, that's so nice. That's so beautiful.
But Jeff, before we get into the details of why you're here with us tonight in the project, and as soon as I ask this question, I'm going to run to our room and bring the device so I can show it live. But I'd like for you to just share with us in the audience. Imani read the formal introduction. And just kind of free associate with this question, nothing in particular, but whatever comes to mind. Tell us about the first 12 years of your life. What stands out when you think of your story, those first 12 years, which I consider the foundational developmental years that always has a share in where we land in adult life?
Wow, that is a great question. And I didn't know you were going to ask this, so let me just tell you what the first thing came to my mind.
Yes.
Here I am, age 5. I entered school, and all the other kids, their names. I grew up in the United States. I grew up in a small town called Erie, Pennsylvania, up on Lake Erie. My dad was a doctor, surgeon, and I was going to this elementary school. And the first day, they all ask you we start to spell our names, and all the other kids are Smith and Brown, and I've got this name Ghaemeghamy, right?
Ghaemeghamy.
And I couldn't spell it, and so what I learned at age 5 was I'm not as smart as the other kids.
No.
And that was something that. So two things happened. I think the coping mechanisms are winning formulas. One, I started to get lots of facts. So I just fell in love with the Guinness Book of World Records, because I could read these little bits of things and I could get little facts and figures, and it was kind of a smokescreen. I could repeat all these world records and this information, so people wouldn't get to know that I wasn't real smart. And then later I moved to another school, and that school had a little more advanced reading level than the one I'd been in the previous school. And so they take you off. This is back in the 70s. They take you off to remedial reading, right? And they teach you phonics. So of course all the other kids see that you get taken out of that room and to special support. And again, I get reinforced. I'm not real smart. I'm not as smart as the other kids. Later on, I discovered that I was dyslexic. You just stand up and read that chapter, a paragraph in this chapter, and because my brain would kind of mix up the words, I would get up and I was nervous, and I'm not real smart, because that's what I told myself. So you kind of make up what you think it should be saying, and then of course all the other kids would laugh, and it would reinforce I'm not real smart. And so I'm not sure where this is going, but it's just this is what I learned, and today this is my superpower, and my superpower is that I embrace my dyslexia. I embrace my different way of seeing things, and I have the great gift, I've been told by others, of taking complex concepts, particularly in the health and wellness world, where I found myself now, and make it really simple. So I can listen to a scientist talk about something for an hour or two, and I can condense that down and make that into a simple, and people go, wow, that makes so much sense now. So I've turned my obstacle into a superpower. So that's a little bit, I'm not sure if that's what you want me to share, but
that's just beautiful. I mean, it demonstrates for us that in our stories, what initially may seem to be a negative. When we open up to it, it's like Thich Nhat Hanh was saying, you have the awakening already in you through the dyslexia, and it is a great gift that's being shared now throughout the world. And, I appreciate you sharing it, because what I like to say to the audience, as someone in the mental health professions, as a psychotherapist, it's kind of a question I always ask, because it's those early formative stories that help people, once they catch the story, can look back, can see more of who they are. They can see themselves and begin to shift those voices in the head that says you're this or you're that, to, oh, I am, and I will allow myself to be this, that, and the other. So that was perfect. Thank you so very much.
Yep, that is wonderful.
Thank you for the opportunity of sharing that. I hadn't planned on sharing that story, but there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we love doing that, and it's also a way to help our guests relax. And I mean,
he was already relaxed.
You were already relaxed.
He was breathing with us. Yeah,
you were breathing with us and into it. So, tell our audience about your journey in health and wellness and how you got to where you are, and explain where you are.
Okay, well, maybe this, again, I wasn't going to share this, but maybe it links into the previous share.
Mm-hmm.
So my father was a doctor, a surgeon, and my mother, in a second marriage, married a New Zealander. We call them Kiwis. And so we immigrated to New Zealand back in 1983. So just over 40 years ago. And what a great adventure it was. I got here, and again, here the education system is much more advanced down here than it was in the U.S. So, wow. and very different. Here in the U.S., you might study a year of algebra, and then you go into a year of geometry basic, and then you go into algebra 2, and then algebra, geometry or trigonometry or calculus, these type of things. In New Zealand, from age around 12, they start teaching you little bits of calculus and trigonometry and geometry. So it's foundational. I didn't have that foundation, although I was good with numbers. And so I found myself here in a different, English is English, but it's not English. The Kiwi English is more British English. Mm-hmm. And so I dropped out of school at age 17. I got a job washing dishes in a restaurant. That's how I started my life. Wow. I shared about my millionaire to millionaire story. If there was a smooth track, a road to success and a goat track, that goat track kind of I took this goat track. Mm. And it was, I found myself, started washing dishes in a Pizza Hut. Wow. And they saw great ability in my dishwashing skills. They promoted me into their management system, basically because they were desperate for full-time staff. And I tell you, I did get a great education in customer service and people management and things. 5 years later, I was running 5 restaurants, 300 staff, in today's terms, about a $20 million turnover. And then one day I saved the company $3 million as a cost saving idea, but probably inflation adjusted, more like $10 million in today's figures as a cost saving across all the restaurants in the Pacific region. And I got a $500 bonus. And that was a day when I said to myself, I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to work for anybody ever again. And around that same time, my father, as I said, he was a physician and surgeon. He died suddenly of a heart attack. And that really, it really made me evaluate my life and what was important to me. And it really sparked my curiosity with health and wellness and nutrition. And, previous to that, I would have told you pizza is the perfect food. You got your carbs, and you've got your dairy with your cheese, and you've got your meats, and you've got your, here they put fruit on pizzas, pineapple and things. I would have told you, all the food groups, and pizza is the perfect food with all the food groups. Mm-hmm. But it really sparked my interest in health and nutrition and wellness, and that's when we managed to partner with a company called NSE here in the Pacific, in the U.S. company, and we helped to bring that brand here into an Australia, New Zealand back just over 30 years ago. And I'll tell you, it changed my entire life. We managed to, as you said in the intro, we managed to build a business over a period of years that turned over hundreds of millions of dollars. And My wife likes to say we do workshops. This is our little joke. I do the work and she shops.
Nice.
I'm very grateful she shops for houses, not handbags. So she gave me a small little tiny allowance, and she took all the money and invested in property. And so she had built up she bought about 40 houses over a period of a few years, and really, changed our life financially, with the investment, creating passive income with investments.
Mm-hmm.
We retired about 10 years ago, traveled the world, everywhere from Antarctica. We actually slept on the ice, spent time on the actual continent, which is a pretty cool experience, in a tent. Luckily it was summer. Summer was still minus below zero, but it was, that's the, river cruises from Budapest to Amsterdam. I'm obsessed with ancient history and castles, and so we had spent time at all sorts of adventures and charity and different things we wanted to do in life. So that's a bit of what brought me to where I am today, and then very, very grateful to have had the brand NSE that we had been working with. Our business was still existing over the past 10 years while we were kind of semi-retired, I guess, maybe working 5 hours a week. And they asked me, would I like to be part of this project Helix? This could be something that could revolutionize the entire industry of health and wellness. And I was a bit skeptical. I was like, okay, I'm kind of retired. I don't know if I want to get back in the trenches again. But I was curious. And so my wife and I went up to the US, and we spent about a week with the scientists and the CEO and the marketing guys. And we just my mind was just blown with possibility. That kind of brings us to today. So I'm not sure if anything else you're going to share about that, but that's kind of a bit of our journey. Just a bit about myself as well. Prior to starting our business, we had 3 kids under 5. This is going back 30 plus years ago. We were, like I said, we took that goat track. We were living in a little 60 square meter home with, you could see the wooden floors beneath the carpet. It was kind of threadborne. The kids were on mattresses on the floor. We had banana boxes for their clothes. One it's sort of a bit embarrassing, but I had an old Honda with a leaking sunroof. And so the carpet was all musty and moldy in there. It was kind of damp in the car, and couldn't afford to fix it. And one day I found a mushroom growing in the carpet. That's when I hit rock bottom.
That was it. I had one of those too, by the way, so don't feel bad. I call it my no frills Honda, my first car.
Yeah, I call mine my Rolls Canardly, right? Do you have Rolls Canardlys in the US? Rolls Canardlys?
I don't know that.
It rolls down the hill, and it can hardly get up the other side.
Oh Lord! Ooh, I don't think mine was that bad.
Anyway, life is very, very different today. But I've always been a hard worker. And where I compensated with my dyslexia. I've always been someone who, when I get focused on something, I'm really determined. And so it's been a great journey, and I'm kind of excited. I've been more excited than ever coming out of retirement. It took a few months to actually get back into the rings, getting up in the morning with purpose, instead of just getting up and where we're going to have lunch today, where we're going to have dinner tonight. But now I've been getting up at 4 a.m. I'm just I'm obsessed with this project and how maybe we can impact 1 billion people. So
he's an early riser. I'm not.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So tell us about the project, the Helix project, and where it is and why it has you not sleeping at night and excited, and why we, are now using this device every day and excited about it as well. So,
okay. Yeah, well, let me share. We've had some NDAs we had to sign, so I can't reveal everything, but this is kind of high level, and it's pretty exciting. So NSE, the company that I had partnered with, they're about a $2 billion company. They're traded on the New York Stock Exchange. They're one of the world leaders in health and nutrition and anti-aging. They have about 75 scientists on staff, 35 PhDs in-house, literally employed full-time. It's not we contract to different people. Their
Mhm.
scientific advisory board has, gosh, a dream team of scientists from around the world. This group has published more than 4,000 papers in scientific journals.
Mhm.
My daughter is a scientist. She has her master's in science and botany and things. But but I tell you what, she's never published anything. To publish, is a great deal. And some of them are published in Science and Nature, which are like the academy. It's like the Mount Everest of
Mhm.
the scientific community.
Mhm.
So they called me and they said, "Come and check this out." We flew to the States, as I said, and basically what they shared with me is that they had budgeted to invest 1.2 billion, with a B, billion US dollars, in developing an app powered by AI. And I like to give perspective on a billion because I don't think people really grasp a billion. A million versus a billion, right? A million seconds is about 11 days, give or
Mhm.
take.
Okay.
A billion seconds is 33 years.
Wow.
So the distinction, a million versus a billion, is 11 days versus 33 years. So it's a billion is a big.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and so that kind of blew my mind. I said, "What are you doing? Well, an app, surely you don't need $1 billion to build an app. You can build an app for, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 grand."
Mhm.
Um, and they had shared that they had created partnerships with AWS, Amazon Web Services, and Amazon, the company, with companies like Full Power AI, Anthropic AI, um, the guys at ChatGPT, the Full Power AI guys.
Open AI.
Sorry, what's it called? Anyway,
Open AI and Abacus AI.
Abacus AI, a number of these AI, vendors, the leading guys in the world, and they had partnered with some of the largest technology companies in the world, and basically they're building this app that consumers could download for free. You could probably, if you, for a reference point, you could think about Noom or MyFitnessPal. And the reason I use Noom as an example, it's a great company, great app, because we tried to acquire them. Okay.
Okay.
The deal didn't go through, but that gives you an idea.
Mhm.
In this app, consumers could order DNA assessments. They could order microbiome assessments to look at their gut health. They could do a series of little quizzes around mental wellness, cognition, personality, IQ, stress, anxiety, sleep, and these types of things. Physical wellness, your energy levels, your joint health, your eye health, your weight, and these types of things. They had some the ability to attach wearable tech, so we call it biometric tech. You might have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, or this is not a Fitbit, but a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, or maybe the Aura Ring from Finland, or maybe perhaps the new Galaxy Ring coming out from Samsung, that allows you to measure your sleep and your steps,
Mhm.
your behavior, your blood, your heart rhythm, etc. And so what they were going to do, and partner with this little device that you've got there, Bernard, I think was showing before.
Right.
This little, we've nicknamed it the Fat Zapper because it actually physically, when you put this on, backs of arms or knees or legs or, bottoms, anything that wobbles,
Anything that bubbles.
anything that wobbles, it'll help to firm up.
Mhm.
And also partner with another, like a live serum that's active, an active serum. It helps with lymphatic system and helps to relax the muscles and helps to increase your natural oxytocin levels. So you get this sort of feel good
Mhm.
from music.
Mhm.
And I've actually got a little picture. Sometimes a picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me share a quick picture of some of the results that it has.
Sure.
Let's see here, share screen. I think this should work. This is just kind of a couple examples here. Let's see if I can make that.
Make him full screen.
Does that work all right?
Yeah, we're gonna with Janet to share, make you full
Oh.
screen, put us in the background.
Okay, fantastic. Has she got that organized? Yeah. Okay, so just looking in the left and right side of the arms here, this is each of these photos I'm going to show you is approximately 1 month using the machine for 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times per week. Can you look at the difference in the diameter of the right and left arm here? Here's another example. Not quite as pronounced a difference, but you can see absolutely the left arm significantly less. This is a really great one here. Look at the toning difference in the left and right. The right obviously has been done for a month. This one is also a spectacular result. On the left arm, obviously done for a month. So this is my friend her name is Kate. She lives in Melbourne, Australia. She's a gym bunny. Goes to the gym a couple times a week, and look at the difference. Even going to the gym, she couldn't get the same sort of result here. Just phenomenal. So all sorts of great results with backs for arms and tummies and legs, and like as I said, anything that wobbles, we'll see a really great result. And of course, over time, the results will increase. So that's kind of a neat thing. Let's see. I'll stop sharing here. See if it came back to where are we at now?
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. I found you again.
Oh, sorry. I was telling one of my yoga buddies this morning about it, and she's, a little tiny. She can't be more than like 80 pounds, but she's older, and she wanted to like tighten up. She's like, "Ooh, that sounds good, Imani. Let me know. I need to, I need to." And I know she's on the distribution list for the newsletter, so hopefully she's watching this evening. But I will certainly share it with her. She's not.
Yeah, it's just quite remarkable. And then for pain management, I mean, it's been really interesting. I've got this kind of interesting little neck thing going. I've got what's called a military neck. The spine kind of goes straight. It doesn't have the natural curve it should have, it's kind of more. And so if I wake up sometimes, my neck's like, oh, it's locked up, and I've got to go to my chiropractor, and he does a great job of adjusting me. But I'll tell you what, 10 minutes of this, if my neck's kind of in a funny way, and virtually the pain is gone. It's kind of hard to believe. I don't want to overpromise, but it's amazing. My mother, who's due for a knee replacement, I gave her one of these for Christmas, and she's using it on her knee, and it just helped with the inflammation, helped the circulation, and the lymphatic system drain all the toxins that have been building up. This is in January. She got the machine at Christmas. In January, she calls her doctor and canceled her operation. I'm like, you what? No, wow. You can't do that. Wow, right. It didn't build cartilage. You still need your knee sorted, but I'm loving that you're having less pain with it, and she's on no pain relief anymore. But so it's not a miracle. It's not a miracle cure, but it's definitely very interesting.
The first evening we tried it, we felt results. I think your shoulder was hurting you.
Shoulder and knee.
His shoulder and knee. Actually, my shoulder and knee also. And we both said, wow, okay, this is interesting. It works.
Yeah. The function of the technology, some people might be interested, is it has positive and negative currents. Okay. It's a patented microcurrent that every second, 60 times a second, it's alternating plus minus. And that helps to kind of, contract and expand the muscles and help to really help your lymphatic system, detoxify your body. It supports circulation to kind of re-engage. It helps to stimulate the natural oxytocin levels, which kind of mitigate pain automatically. And when used with the different serums that pair to it, it has just outstanding results. So kind of neat. But I'll tell you what's exciting about it though, is they've built, and this no one knows about this yet. This is kind of, can you guys all keep a secret?
Yeah, we'll keep a secret.
Yes.
You sure?
Absolutely, we are certain.
Cross fingers.
Absolutely, yes.
In these little nodes, these little peanut nodes, okay, and this device has been cleared as a medical device by the FDA, right? So in these little nodes, they built sensors, and the sensors are able to measure inside of our body. So some of you may have those scales at home where you stand on them, and it might tell you your body fat, your weight, and it tells you your body fat. Or maybe you've been to the gym and you hold the little, bare feet, and you hold these two little things, and it maps your body, visceral fat and subcutaneous fat, more specific. This can measure up to 150 different things inside of your body. And so what they're going to do with this is they're going to create a digital twin. This is a little bit Star Trek, but a digital twin of every consumer. So basically, here is you today, and here is you optimized. So in other words, what foods to eat, what foods to avoid, what exercises are best for you, how to increase your mental wellness based on the data and assessments they're doing, how to increase the quality of your sleep, and then really create a personalized nutrition program for each individual customer. And I've got a little video, maybe I'll just share this again, a video, or sometimes these little things, they can be better than a 1,000 words. Let's see here. Give me a second here. Maybe we'll go to full screen again. Can everyone see that okay? Okay, here we go. Let's play the little video.
In the decades ahead, healthcare will undergo dramatic transformations. Medicine will become more precise. Value will shape care delivery. Patients will become empowered consumers. And digitalization will transform every facet of healthcare. Patients will have a digital twin, a customized computational model of themselves, enabling Dr. Clive to anticipate illness, guide therapy options, and predict outcomes of procedures. Expanding precision medicine.
There we go. It's just a little bit of a sneak peek. This is just a concept of what we're working on right now. And I tell you, it's super, super exciting. And so you can imagine a little bit into the future, not today yet, but into the future, we'll be able to create that digital twin and help people optimize every element of their life. And one of the things I'm excited about is personalized nutrition. So we can create a little packet for each individual customer based on their DNA, based on their microbiome, based on the wearable data, based on the self-assessments they're doing around mental and physical health, based on the data that this is sharing inside of the body, and other things they're working on to really help optimize or empower people to have information and knowledge so they can take responsibility for their own health, not wait until they're sick or something's not right and then have to go to the doctor and say, can you fix me? And probably this might open up a larger conversation about, that although I'm very respectful of our medical, doctors and nurses and the scientists around the world, really we aren't seeing significant drops in heart disease or cancer or diabetes or mental wellness or obesity. I mean, autoimmune disorders. Although we have better science and knowledge than we've ever had, the system is not working. It's just not. We're not getting in front of these things, and so we believe that maybe, just maybe, we can help, intervene prior to people having challenges and try to help change behavior, give support with the right nutrients we need. We should all get it from our foods. That's another conversation. It's difficult to do sometimes, and just help. We I don't know if you've watched the Blue Zones on Netflix. I love that documentary. I think they did a great job of it.
Yes.
How do we live life full on and pop out instead of living life and we get to our 60s and we start declining, in our 70s declining, 80s declining, 90s, and no one wants to fade out. We want to pop out.
Pop out, yes.
And I just wanted to add, we had a really good discussion with you the other night. We had a number of doctors and PhDs and other folks, scientists on the line with you. And, one said, well, what about HIPAA? We can't share that kind of information, because it's against the HIPAA rules. And you said, no, the information is for the individuals. And if they choose to share it with their physician or naturopathic doc, then that's their choice. But this isn't going into a database. And I think that's really important for people to know.
Yeah.
Right.
It was my first question, Imani, was, what about data security and safety, privacy, et cetera? And you're exactly right. So that group they were kind of grilling me. I hope I did a good. And it was, it's kind of they were kind of a tough crowd to get, to win over, but I think we did a good job. And you were one of the tough ones as well, just from going back.
Yes, you said yes, we were.
Yes, we were. But it's important because we want people, to.
It's really important, So this data information is just for the individual to empower them. Okay. It is not going to be sold. It's not going to be shared. It's not going to be distributed in any other way. The consumer can choose by permission to share the data that the digital twin creates with their doctor or healthcare professional there. And that's something that they believe will be able to be able to do, and that'll be really important for some people to share that.
Mhm.
But the data really is for each individual to really kind of optimize their health. You know what? We're thinking about how can we impact 1 billion or more people on the planet.
What a vision. What a
And
vision.
those two apps I mentioned before, MyFitnessPal and Noom, they've had 300 million downloads of that app in the last few years. 300 million.
Mhm.
They aren't AI enabled. They don't offer solutions. We believe that our proprietary AI that they've been developing for 5 years,
Mhm.
we'll be able to really look at all. And this is what's fascinating. I was listening to a podcast just recently. They were talking about scientists today. They see a study, let's say on vitamin D. That study's amazing. But how does that vitamin D study relate to this magnesium study over here, or this study on anthocyanins, or a study on cardiovascular health versus cancer versus depression versus, and so it takes years to try to collate all these different things. AI can do it in a minute.
Right.
And so the benefit of artificial intelligence, which is, they shouldn't even call it intelligence, is really what AI is some fast computers that
Mhm.
take the data in, data out. It
Yeah.
doesn't have a mind of its own. It's not. We're not. This is not Terminator and what's it called that? With the with I'll Be Back with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
This is not that,
Mhm.
and it never will be. This is really about how can we can DNA look can the AI look at the DNA and the microbiome and all this data about each individual, about me or you,
Mhm.
and see what's the perfect protocol based on all the latest clinical research. It's super exciting. And then one other thing they're going to do this is when I just fell in love with the project. They're going to be able to send out every quarter, so every 3 months, a little test kit. And one of the miracles or the benefits, if there was a benefit of COVID, it's hard to think there was, but with the ability now to measure in saliva almost exactly the same parameters in our body that you can learn from blood. So your mineral contents, your nutrient deficiencies, your cortisol, your hormones, your cholesterol, all these types of things. And so we can measure and see, are we seeing an improvement based on the AI's recommendations and drip learning and gamification. Maybe they start out with these 7 tablets. Maybe after 6 or 12 months, they've changed their behavior. They've lost some weight. They've reduced their stress. They're eating better. Maybe they only need half of this, or maybe they replace it all. And so it has integrity. My wife has gone through perimenopause. Her nutritional needs are very different today than they were a few years ago.
Right.
And so we can adjust based on people's life stages where they're at. A woman in childbearing years has very different nutritional needs to when she's 40 or 50 or, gone into menopause or postmenopausal. So, and the same with men, we get menopause.
Well, there's hormonal changes and things.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. And so it's just, I'm just so excited. For me, and listen, there's obviously there's an opportunity around this. There's an extraordinary opportunity around this. But for me, it's not about money. It's not about. It's about what will my great grandkids say my life was about. Did I get a chance to make a difference? Did I get a chance to impact the world in a positive way? And to me, that I've got this sort of saying going around in my mind, around. What if we could be the spark that ignites a movement?
Right.
A movement that goes on to impact 1 billion people on the planet in a positive way. And that to me is just, it's just absolutely just amazing. So
to use a biblical metaphor with what you're just saying is that the way I'm experiencing this is like the new heaven and the new earth is in formation right now.
We're going to a new place. And I know a lot of people, they kind of buck at the term AI, but I'm like, if you're sending a text to somebody and you start typing, the phone starts giving you words. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't say that. How do you know that that's my next word? And so we're already there. So to be able to use the technology in a way that helps us to meet our goals and objectives of helping millions of people get better health and wellness, it just makes sense, because it's going to happen with us or without us.
Yes.
It really is.
Absolutely. I had this question about AI and the dangers of AI, and I think we should be respectful of AI. I think that the big AI companies out there, that they are being responsible, and they're going to become more responsible.
Mhm.
But to me, it's like water. AI is like water. We need water to survive, but also water used incorrectly can drown us. And so we need to be respectful of it. Same with fire. Fire gave us heat, and it gives us, we can cook our food, but it can also burn us. And so I think used in the right way to benefit humanity, AI is going to help billions of people live better, live healthier, longer, and we want to be part of that. And it's just exciting to be part of that revolution. And I think that people have to realize that the disruption changes entire industries all the time.
Oh yeah.
And there was the horse and cart, and the blacksmith would be pounding on the anvil, changing the horseshoes. Every home had a few horses, and they saw the first car, and they said, "Oh no, that's just a fad."
Never gonna happen.
And where there's disruption is also opportunity. See, the blacksmith could have thought, maybe I should become Goodyear or Michelin, or one of these car, maybe I should become a tire company, because these tires are going to wear out just like the horseshoes did, and I can replace them.
Right.
And some people fall victim but don't adapt, and other people see opportunity and thrive. And so that's the world we're in right now. If we think about the internet, just 25 years ago, everyone's like, the internet, yeah, I'm on the internet. Are you making any money yet? Make money on the internet? How? That 14K modem, it's like, why they call it WWW? It was originally for World Wide Wait,
Web.
not the World Wide Web. The World Wide Wait, waiting for that page it would take like a minute for one page to come up.
Yeah.
Remember how slow it was?
That's right.
Today you can stream movies, and you can do all this at the same time. We're just at the very beginning of what AI has the potential of, and with quantum computing coming into mainstream, literally AI is like a baby today to what it's going to be, an athlete running world records. So it's really it's exciting. It really is.
So let me just to be clear for folks who are hearing this for the first time. So we've got the device, and we've got the app on the phone, and it does a number of things already in terms of helping the jiggle wiggle and weight loss and other things. And there's more stuff that's coming, the digital twin, right? And some other things you're expecting that in about a year's time, or near the end of this year.
Yeah. So that's right. So very little of this is available now. In fact, you as an audience here, you're hearing about this before the rest of the world. So right now we've released this device, and it's been on back order, to be honest. People have been having such amazing results with the jiggle wiggle.
Yes.
I'm going to use that, the jiggle wiggle, not the fat zapper. It's starting to go viral, but no one understands about the sensors and how it's going to link to digital twin yet. So that's right now, they're just buying it as a device. In 2025, this will all be released. And so it's you're kind of hearing about this, when you go to build a skyscraper, you first dig this big hole, and it seems like you're digging forever putting the foundations in place. And so that's what they're doing right now. Okay. And the technology is pretty much in place. They're right now working with regulatory, the FDA and the TGA in Australia, all the different governments, and what you can and can't say and what you can't do, because no one's ever done this before. This is
right.
You can go and get DNA assessment right now. You can get a microbiome assessment from your naturopath. You can get a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. You can download Noom or MyFitnessPal. You can go get a scale and scan your visceral fat and some things inside your body now. Go get an MRI, or a CT scan. But no one's brought all this kind of technology together, aggregating it with AI, and that's what's special. It's I don't know. I'm a little bit excited.
Yeah. Right. And so we also want to encourage people to get back to the person who shared this podcast with them. I know Dr. Mark sent some people. Get back to Dr. Mark. I invited a bunch of people. We invited a bunch of people. So we'd be happy. I mean, the device is wonderful, you know, and we've been using it now for about a week. And I'm also doing my own test on the jiggle wiggle, just doing the left side so that I can have those pictures that other people have. But it is amazing. And we're happy to be on board with you and to be able to share this with, you know, we're working with the Wellness Center where we have our red light bed and it fits right in with a lot of the things that are happening there. So we plan on making it available to people that come to us.
Yeah, I was using it. I put 10 minutes on my knee as you were having the conversation.
10 minutes? You're supposed to do 5 minutes.
No, he said 10 minutes.
I thought it was no, it's 5. I mean, the dots only go for 5.
It does go for 5 a little, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with doing 10 if you like.
Yeah, I did 10, and because I worked out pretty hard today, and hey, it works. Yeah, it works.
And it's very quiet, so he was doing it and nobody heard it. You know,
it's got a nice little. You hear the sound. It has a little bit of a white noise sound, which is just relaxation, helps the brain. So it's a really relaxing, enjoyable experience for sure.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's really great. Well, listen. The last thing I'd like to say too is, listen. We are looking for people to help us promote this, and so if anyone does have interest, again, get back to as Imani said, please get back to the person who invited you. And if you're interested in promoting this, we will market it through an affiliate-based, kind of like an Uber driver or, you know, type of thing, where there's a nice little there's some really nice little opportunities behind it. So if this is intriguing to you, please feel free to get back to the person who, you know, who invited you, and certainly if anyone would like to try one of these, oh my gosh, you're gonna
get hooked.
And another thing I didn't mention is sports. You know, myself, I'm a skier, and this year I got the machine just before the ski season, and I use it on my legs, 10 minutes on each leg before. Sorry, there's the 10 minutes again. I'm sorry. Before going skiing, and then when I came home. Normally, I go out on the mountains here in New Zealand, they're the best mountains in the world, and I'll do about 25 runs. The last 5 runs, my legs are like jelly. I'm like, and I'm done. I've finished for the day. And then the next 2 days we go to the wineries because I can't walk.
Wow.
Yeah, you can think you're fit, but when you get on skis, you're not fit. There's different muscles you're using. This year, 35 runs my first day. Next day, no. I mean, I could feel my legs, but the muscles weren't so sore I couldn't ski. And I did 35, 36, 38 one day, 7 days in a row. Wow. The best skiing I'd ever had. Just so it helps, you know, with recovery, helps prevent that lactic acid buildup. I think you're going to find the more you use this, the more interesting results people are going to find they have with it. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get another one because
get out of my head. Get out of my head. Yeah, it's hours until like.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bernard. You know what hours means. It's yours.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Right.
That's why you've been married so long.
Yeah. Well, we're excited about this, and we're grateful that you came on the podcast with us this evening. This has been good. Every time we have a dialogue, I learn more. So we're grateful to you for sharing with us and our loyal viewers and listeners. So we definitely have to have you on again as we get closer to.
I'm happy to come back anytime. And any questions people have, please jot them in the comments and YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're viewing this. And we're happy to get back and answer any questions we can with you. But again, get back to the people who invited you to come and have a listen today. And I'm so grateful for you inviting me. This has been fun.
Thank you. We try to keep it light and educational. So, you know, it sort of works for everyone.
So Imani and I might come and take vacation in,
New Zealand.
as we like to say, your neck of the woods really soon.
You guys, please come and stay. We've got 6 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and just my wife and I. The kids are all grown up. My son's like 36, 30. I got a 35-year-old daughter and 33, 2 grandkids. So please feel free to come in anytime.
Thank you so much. And likewise, if you come here, we're in Stone Mountain. We've got extra room. We've got dogs right here. You have dogs too. So
Yeah, we're boxer dog crazy people. So
boxer dog.
yeah.
We've got a cane corso and a Belgian Malinois.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so they're fun. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. You get unconditional love from animals. That's the great thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Jeff, and stay on with us. We're going to have our little debriefing in a second. And thank you all for joining us this evening. And you can always watch the replay or the reporting and share it with your friends and family members. Right? Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
I'll just say, just very grateful for everybody listening in.
Yeah.
All right. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.